There he is, the Dark One himself. What are we fighting? Them High Elves, those pointy-eared ones. Gotta take them out again. Alright, let's look at this setup. Archaon going to the center on the crossing of the sea. Look at this. Trying to make a bum rush with these armored trolls to his objective as we go over what Tyrion and Archaon are bringing. Tyrion's pretty equipped, but he's on foot. A mistake, really, as Archaon, Transmutation, Spirit Leech, and Flame Skull. Probably didn't need the Spirit Leech, honestly. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I don't find Spirit Leech all too useful, really. Chaos Knight Lances. This is a build I've been working on, especially with Chaos Knights. I find Chaos Knights quite useful, honestly. Being able to bum rush, especially in larger maps, usually light cav and lightly armored units are easy targets for them to pick off. And they're not the Slanesh variant, but they're still pretty solid, especially since most of the time I'm sending them to a frontal charge anyways. Rather do that. Yup, Archaon's netted. Here we go on his cleric. We're sending in the dogs to at least cause some distractions. And if the dogs die, so be it. I mean, they're cheap dogs. And he's wasting a lot of ammunition on Archaon. That armor, the shield. Archaon is not going to go out that easily. Trying to surround him with some spears. Tyrion on the low ground, and there we go. Sisters of Avalorn. Quite an expensive unit just to get burned away. And here we go. The Chaos Knights replace the dogs. They're going to do some real damage soon. And look at all these archers just ready to get taken out. Archaon going for his life cleric, and geez, that was 600 damage one slap. 600, something like that. I blinked and I didn't realize how much Archaon's such a bastard. I love it. Yup, it sent that light cleric all the way home. Looks like our second objective and first are secure, but I don't know how long though. Because we are just too busy in this backline causing all sorts of destruction. Chaos Knights just coming in here. I believe these are the Lance variants. Yeah, those are the Lance variants. Good. I hope so. If they are just the regular Chaos Knights, I think they'd be worth it. For 1300, you get 54 melee defense, 75 speed. A whole lot of armor plus shielded. Yeah, they're going to be able to hold out for a long time and cause all sorts of disruption. It also helps that we got dogs in the back too, just causing all sorts of trouble. Yeah, shutting down pretty much 2 units, although we are behind in terms of value. We are up in points. And my elf opponent, who is a friend of the channel, he's getting his value off his units, that's for sure. The only problem is the Marauders. I'm gonna cycle in for Chaos Warriors soon, and by the time he uses all the ammo, I have either killed or just taken out his Elven units. He needs his Elven units more than I need my Marauders, I can tell you that right now. And those trolls will replenish their HP. And Archaon's just a bastard. I mean, look at this. Lothran Seaguard, Night Lances, ready, just taking them out. Yeah, they got anti-large, but nah, I'm not really worried about it. It's only 1 or 2 more points, really, of damage per unit, and they're already down so many units. Tyrael trying to go up against Archaon. A mistake, honestly. Nowhere near the same amount. Similar stats, but Archaon all day just beats Tyrion, hands down. Look at that. One transmutation of lead and it just flips everything. Then you apply all the abilities. Overall, it's pretty close, but Archaon still wins it. Look, Tyrion's not even trying to get in there. Oh, now he is now. And yeah, my opponent's ripping me a new one, but we're going to get in there soon enough. Yeah, White Lion's coming in. Try to get into his backline. Well, the rest of his backline. Forsaken, great unit here. Low armor units. Spearmen mostly, and Forsaken should be able to chew through most of them. Archaon coming out of that. Trying to open up some of these spearmen so I can start hitting into his backline with more frontline. White Lions coming in. You guys saw that. They're trying to sneak into my home objective, but we're going to fix that soon enough. And yeah, I am down almost 2,000 value, but don't ever count Archaon out. Don't count him out. He's a bastard. He's gonna get there eventually. We're gonna make my opponent sweat. We're gonna make him work for it. But first, we need to get Archaon out of there. Looks like Chaos Warriors? No, just more Marauders going up against War Lions. Yeah, that's a bad trade. But you know what? I don't mind it. As long as he's not on the point, I'm good to go with that. Because now we have Dragon Ogres. Swapped out the Skull Crushers for Dragon Ogres, and these Dragon Ogres sure do hit like trucks. 20 missile resist, 60 armor, 110 damage, plus anti-large. So yeah, these Fireborn Dragon Priests are gonna eat it real soon. Yeah, those ROR units also don't have armor piercing. These Dragon Ogres do, and those Dragon Ogres are taking beatings. But once we clear them, yeah, go ahead, give them all that. I'm gonna boost them up with Fight or Die, and Archaon's other ability, which gives them 24 melee defense. I mean, look at that, 64 melee defense. We're gonna chew through them easy. Then we're gonna swap them over. Hellstrider Slaanesh, great against War Lions. Should be easy. Look at all this ammunition. He did a good amount of damage, but yeah, we're going to get into his back line. He needs to really reinforce his front line, and I've taken care of it. That's the problem. And that was a good tip I believe some people have given me, is once you take care of their front line, their back line is just open season. Oh, look, a Flame Skull right there would have been beautiful from Archaon. I know he's got Kindle Flame, so anything he burns near him is going to be beautiful. Because, yeah, he's got to understand, wow, he really is up 3,000 value. How can I come back from this? We'll see. We shall see. My armored Chaos Trolls holding out against the War Lions. Hellstriders coming in to aid and support and pretty much finish them off. Archaon just taking little to no damage, but also forcing a lot of these units to come over and do nothing. Yeah, follow the rabbit. We took the objective again. We're still down 3,000 value. Jeez. Well, actually, we're catching up. Damn near 2,000. War Lions are a pretty penny. And they help me get my points back up. Off to the center. Aspiring Champions. Those things, these boys can fight. They're going to last a long time, too. Even against units with armor piercing, they're still holding out pretty well. With only 16 of them, too. I'm not really impressed. They don't really have the stopping power, but they're holding in. Now we're closing the gap, 2,000 value, and even making an attempt on his home objective. So yeah, we got my opponent all over the place. These Slash Riders coming in, more armored Chaos Trolls. Or the same Chaos Trolls, just healed up. Archaon's still a big damn problem coming in. Tyrael by himself, perfect. Love it. Tyrael should have known better than to come on my territory. Router's trying to keep him nice and occupied. Because we get rid of Tyrion. Oh, this game's more than over. Archaon just roam. Yeah, bring in your life cleric. Bring in your life mage. Come on. Was that worth it? Probably, kind of, maybe, not. There are better choices. I know I have Chaos Warriors on the field right now with Forsaken. And we moved out of the way of that spell. I forget the name of it, sorry guys. I don't think it's Banishment. Might be Banishment. I don't know. I don't play Life Clerics or any of that nonsense. Trying to cap his second objective. He's got us on 2 caps. We're still trying to close that gap. Less than 2,000. That's good. Well, actually, it's more than 2,000. We'll get there to less than 2,000 soon enough once we take his objective. I just have him all over the place, and that's what you want to do with these types of factions. Just make your opponent think everywhere. And I've beaten so many High Elf players, it's not even fair anymore. I honestly think High Elves need a good buff at this point. Their units, I think, are really expensive for what they're worth. They're very defensive. It reminds me of Wood Elves, honestly. Which makes sense, because they're elves. But these guys actually can last a lot longer than... No, they don't. Wood Elves actually last... Wood Elf Eternal Guard lasts a lot longer than some of these units. Forsaken are still going in there. We got Chaos Knights. Now, these are real bastards. 60 units, large, 70 speed, 53 melee defense. Yeah, they're going to fight off. Archaon's getting his ass kicked. No! But we can fix that real soon. Recalling some ogres. Trying to fight off these war lions as they know they're going to try to come for my home objective. But we're in the center. We got Chaos Knights hauling ass, and we can just cut through anything now. Come into the back line of his spearmen, into his company. Yeah. And they can have a good old time right there. Bam! Damage wasn't that great, but they're going to be able to hold the line there as we get the armored trolls back in. Archaon trying to finish off everything else. Marauders have been holding quite well, but here comes the flaming skull on that spearman unit. They're going to be gone soon. Yup, down to 1,000 now. Tyrion's getting his ass kicked. Archaon's trying to bully, and for some reason dropped his orders when trying to beat up that life cleric. I don't understand that at all. Trolls should be able to handle these white lines quite easily. I don't really like white lines. The white lines just get their ass kicked so bad. Or white lines, war lions. My bad. Yeah, war lions are just too easy to kick the shit out of for how expensive they are. 24 units. I prefer fleshhounds, honestly. Fleshhounds do way better job. Although fleshhounds don't have the armor piercing. There's plenty of better targets on the move. Take care of all sorts of units. Like have anything light armor, honestly. Plus magic attacks. Armor piercing is good, but straight up fight. And then he uses his flame spell on the aspiring champs for some reason. I don't understand that at all. I figure that was a waste. Archaon still being the MVP, rocking out and killing everything he can. And we are going to take Tyrion to the bank. Archaon didn't hear no bell. And here we are in the back line again with more Chaos Knights trying to fight off everything. Yeah, my 8 units to his 13, but we're catching up. We're down less than 1,000. No, we actually caught up. We're ahead. Wow, we caught up. Oh, yeah, you better tie up Archaon, because Archaon's going to tie you up soon. Come on, Archaon. 84 melee defense. Jeez, versus 83. I mean, it's pretty close, but like I said, Tyrion just doesn't cut it against Archaon. Archaon's a bastard. And we don't have to fight. Tyrion could just sit there, hold off. Well, ooh, look at this. Aspiring Champ's trying to hold the line against those 2 spearmen. But yeah, Archaon could just mosey on out as the armored Chaos Trolls just finish off Tyrion. They should be more than enough. And here we go. Marauder Horsemen, more Chaos Knights, more armored Chaos Trolls. And yeah, it's going to be tough for my opponent to come in. We'll just call him Bill. Bill's going to have a hard time just coming in, trying to retake these objectives while I still harass his homing objective. I'm telling you guys, these Chaos Knights really do hold up. I mean, you can't bring them against every kind of faction, but the units you can sneak them around, people don't really expect, they do pretty solid job. And I'm really liking Archaon. I'm really addicted to him. He's a real bastard. I actually like him more than... And this actually hurts to say Be'lakor. Be'lakor, I have such a... I mean, Be'lakor's a bastard. He gets his value every time I play him. But Archaon usually gets his value or then some. Be'lakor's just so expensive. I mean, the flying's worth it, but Archaon just has just a great list of spells, abilities. Be'lakor is just more of an annoying anchor unit, whereas Archaon is the anchor unit plus and then some. He's a great duelist. He's great support. He helps out your unit. And that's one of the big things about, I think, a legendary lord, is being able to, or just a lord in general, just being able to not only support units, because those units in Domination help out the survivability of these units, especially these expensive units like Chaos Knights or Armored Chaos Trolls. Being able to boost their stats up and help them survive and make your opponent lose theirs, it's a great trade. And look at this. Look at these boys run. Oh, I love this. Just the thundering of their hooves on this ground as they charge in. So badass. Into these war lions. I got some dogs of my own, you bastard. And once we're done with them, which they should be running off soon. Oh, it's just good cinematics. And here we go. Look at them. Ah! I love it. Yeah, bring in more war lines. See how that does for you. Just like, what can they do? War lines aren't going to cut it. These boys have shields. They're armored. They have solid stat lines. It's just no problem all day. And Tyrion's fleeing. Perfect. Perfect. More Forsaken, more armored Chaos Trolls. And yeah, we got both objectives soon to retake the second. Yeah, this game's going to be over soon. This game's going to be damn near over. But yeah, having a, back to what I was saying, having a lord that can support these high-end or even low-end units survive in a long term are so much more valuable than like a just an anchor lord, in my opinion. And yeah, that's why I really like Archaon. He's that and then some, and he pays for himself and then some if you know how to use him. And I sure do know we can get rid of this life cleric once, or life cleric. Oh, I've been playing too much D&D. Get rid of this life mage, and yeah, we're gonna crumble the my opponent Bill. Yep, GG's. Ah, Tyrion came back, but game's already over. GG's. All right, let's look at this value. Let's look at Archaon. Did he pay for himself and then some? Yes, he did. He only cost me 27. Knights almost paid for themselves, the Lance variant, but they were still pretty solid. I liked them. Always a good unit. Well, at least in this matchup. And everything else did pretty okay. Not gonna lie. Liked it. Not that my opponent gave me any slack. Aspiring Champs lasted longer than I thought they would. Not bad. Chaos Knights did fantastic, but that's just the matchup. Dragon Ogres, well, let's see. Didn't get to summon that one. Might drop one of the Dragon Ogres for more Knights. Or some Slanesh. Hellstriders. Hellstriders are still solid. Dogs pay for themselves. Jeez, they're so good. Yeah, let's look at what my opponent got in terms of value. Man, yeah, maybe drop one more Dragon Ogres. I don't know. Maybe just swap it out for a, what is it? Skull Crusher, just to be safe. Because Skull Crushers do last. Tyrion probably paid for himself. I'm not sure what his value is in terms of being a lord. His knights did pretty good. But yeah, the roster was just too small to deal with what I got. If he would have went wide, I think I would have had way more trouble, but probably wouldn't have the stopping power to take me on. And take on my Chaos Knights. But yeah, I hope you guys like that. Like, sub, come back for more. We always got more. With all that said, have a good one. Peace. Goodbye for now.